Welcome to Interview with Franjez. I'm your host, Franjez, and today's guest is one of the best actors coming out of New York City today. Today's guest is Tana.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for
It's a
being here.
pleasure, man. This is so cool, man. The setup is amazing. What's that, mahogany?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
For those that don't know my real name, I go by Mark. My name is Mark Evan Melendez. Tana is an alias. Uh, in my neighborhood, they used to call me Tony Montana or whatever it is, cause I kind of resembled him, I guess. You know what I mean? When I had the short hair and stuff like that, but when it comes to acting, Mark Evan Melendez, but Tana for friends. And you, my brother, I appreciate you. You're my friend.
Likewise.
Such a good guy, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you even being here.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
very
Shit
much
is
for being
dope,
here.
man.
All right. Let's get straight to it.
Give me the good questions.
Let's do it.
I want them.
Where were you born?
I was born in New York City, St. Luke's Hospital. I'm from Washington Heights, New York.
Beautiful.
Con los dominicanos, ya tú sabes, que lo que, mi hermano.
I like that.
Yeah. I'm Dominican by injection. I grew up with a bunch of Dominicans. You know what I mean? So I'm fluent in que lo que and toda esa vaina.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
What is your father's name?
My biological father's name is Dennis. They used to call him Dennis the Menace. Wild boy. And I was raised by my stepfather from the age of 3. His name is Gus.
What is your mother's name?
My mother's name is Mercedes. They call her Lamborghini Mercy. She's fast as hell. My mother's the best, man.
Nice.
Hell yeah, she could run a country, bro.
That's beautiful.
For sure, bro.
Very nice.
For sure.
What were your parents doing around the time of your birth?
Oh boy, man. So, my grandparents came in 58, right? I'm Cuban. And it's funny that you say that because it's kind of a funny topic, you know what I mean, to talk about. My grandparents, they were good people, non-violent, but they used to run numbers. That's what Cubans used to do back then and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But my mother was going to school at that time, you know, getting her career started and stuff like that. And but she was very much influenced by that culture, you know what I mean? Like I said, it wasn't violent. We weren't hurting anybody. And right now it's legal.
Yeah.
Just like weed, you know?
Yeah.
It was bad back then, and right now it's legal. Everybody's doing it, you know? So yeah, that's kind of what she was doing. My real father, he was getting in trouble. He was a fighter, you know what I mean? He's the type of guy that knock out the biggest guy in the room, you know what I mean? But he was a pretty boy too, blue eyes, blonde hair, but he was just a fighter, bro. And he was it was the time, bro. It was the 80s, bro. What can I tell you? You know what I'm saying? He was getting in trouble, in and out of jail and stuff like that, but he loved me, bro. I could tell you that much. That I know, you know what I mean? But it just didn't work out between him and my mom, so, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Exactly. What religion did they practice during your childhood?
Oh, we're Catholic, bro. We do bad things and we ask for forgiveness after.
Nice. That's perfect.
Nah, but yeah, Catholic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your relationship with God today?
My relation with God today, I believe in him very much so. I thank him every time, every day. And now that I'm getting older, you start to thank him every day when you wake up, you know, because there's so many people that are passing around me for good or bad reasons, and it just puts you in perspective, you know. And for me, God is like a universal thing, right? Because some people don't believe in God or they just think it's silly or something like that. But God is it's just the universe. It's in us all, you know what I mean? So, you know, I believe in it and I'm an advocate for it. And I think that you should pray every day, not just when things are bad. You know what I'm saying? And I like to give thanks because everything here is borrowed, bro.
Time.
Time is borrowed, you know? So, yeah.
Beautiful. What was home like during your childhood? And
Oh,
when I say home like, I mean the food, the music, family dynamic.
oh, bro. Like I said, I'm Cuban, so it was a very tight knit family, right? Lots of parties. We had we had some money back then, right? And we lived kind of well. Went to a lot of restaurants, lots of parties, um, lots of concerts. My family, we were friends with Celia Cruz growing up. So, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. True story. So we would just do that thing. You know what I'm saying? My mom grew up because my uncle was best friends with Celia Cruz in Cuba. And my mom just grew up around those guys. So when I was about the age of 14, she introduced me to that lifestyle. But we were just always having a good time, bro. You know, and my grandmother was always cooking. We always had a ton of people in the house, Christmas, Thanksgiving. You know, it was just great. It was awesome. I grew up, my parents and my grandparents only lived a block away, so I was influenced by my grandparents very much so, you know what I mean? So it was great. Lots of fun, man. Lots of fun.
That's beautiful.
Lots of fun. And let me tell you, man, because they ran numbers and stuff like that, my grandfather, to me, he was like Vito Corleone. You know what I'm saying? He was that type of man and that type of stature. You know what I mean? And I learned a lot from him. And he was just a prominent man. And wherever he went, he was the dude. You know what I'm saying? And I was always that young kid with him. So I spent a lot of time in bars when I was younger. This is a true story. My little brother tells me all the time, "Oh, you shouldn't tell those stories and stuff like that." But all those people are gone, bro. Those people are dead, right? So it really doesn't matter.
You know, they live on through the stories.
Absolutely, and I'm not incriminating anybody. Like I said, we didn't kill anybody. You know what I'm saying? But when I was young, my grandfather used to have the responsibility of taking care of me. So we would go to bars. One in particular called 1800, which was on 190th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. And I used to just stay there, and while they played cards, or this game called Cubilete, that's dice inside of a cup, and you slam it on the table, and instead of having numbers, it's like a deck of cards. Yeah, so I used to spend all my time over there, bro. One time, actually, they were following some dude. They were chasing some dude with some guns. We're talking about, late 80s, right? Early 90s.
Wild Wild West.
And they were going to shoot the dude. They were going to fucking spray up the whole bar and stuff like that, right? But because apparently, from the story, from what I gathered, from what they've told me, the guys were Cuban, right? And Cubans don't believe in killing kids, you know. And they screamed out. The guy went inside the bar and hid behind the actual bar. And the guys outside with the machine guns, they were like, "Yo, the kid saved you." So years after, I used to go to that bar, and they used to be like, "Oh yeah, you remember when you was here?" And I was like, "I don't remember that shit. I was a fucking kid. What do I remember?" You know what I mean? But yeah, that was kind of the lifestyle that I grew up with. You know what I mean? But it came with a lot of customs. They taught me the right way.
Old school mentality.
Old school mentality, how to respect people, respect yourself, you know?
Yep.
The culture, basically.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Things that you don't find today. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Absolutely. Sounds amazing. When you think of success, who do you think of?
When I think of success, that's such a funny question, you know? Because you could think of so many different people, right? You could think of acting, which is what I'm involved in. You could think of presidents. You could think of a lot of people, right? But when it comes to acting, I've always been a big fan of Pacino, right? That was the person that, when I saw him on screen, I knew that I wanted to do that. You know what I mean? But when I think of success, for the first time, I think of my stepfather and I think of my grandfather because they were successful men. And my stepfather, when he came into the picture, he got involved in real estate. So he used to work for a real estate company. And when it was time for the owner to retire, he found a way to purchase the real estate for himself.
Amazing.
He changed the name, but he incorporated the name with the previous owner. And it took off. It was at the right time, at the right place. So when it comes to success, it's not necessarily somebody that's in TV or something like that. The first people that I think about is my grandfather and my stepfather.
That's awesome.
Right. For sure.
As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Well, initially I wanted to be a basketball player until I found out that I wasn't gonna grow past 5'9". You know what I mean? I was nice, man. I was a good point guard. I couldn't score for shit, I'll tell you that much. But my game was basically passing the ball and dribbling. So that was my thing. And then after basketball, I got into making music. Right? I used to act when I was a younger kid, right? My mom used to take me to auditions all the time, and I used to do commercials and stuff like that. So I always had this artistic spark in me, right? First, it was drawing. I used to draw. I used to sketch. Then I got into the acting with my mother, and then I got into music, and the music blew up, right? In Washington Heights, we were one of the well-known groups. I was part of a group called the Corp Cartel. So we used to perform in clubs all over the place. So, in a sense, I kind of lived my dream early on. Although it didn't catapult to where I wanted it to go, and probably for good reasons. But we did a lot with the music. We performed in places. We traveled. You could look us up, Corp Cartel or Corp Boys on YouTube. You can see the past shows and stuff like that.
What is it? Corp?
Corp, C-O-R-P, like corporation, right? Because there was back in the days there was a group called the Corporation, right? T.J. English just finished doing a book on them, and it was a Cuban clique that used to run numbers. They used to, run New York and stuff like that. So we adapted that name. And we put cartel with it. I don't know. For some reason, we thought it was cool at the time.
It's creativity.
We took off, and we ended up doing our first mixtape with DJ Car Blaze. DJ Car Blaze was one of the best DJs coming out of New York at the time. It was him and Camilo, just like this. But DJ Car Blaze ended up getting killed early in our career, like after the first mixtape. So we took a big hit with that. You know what I mean? We thought we were going to blow. We got Car Blaze. We on the radio, 105.1. Let's do this. And then they took him out, unfortunately. You know what I mean? And he meant a lot to us. And unfortunately, when he left, it was a big hit. But we kept going. We kept doing our thing. You know what I mean?
What type of music was it?
It was hip-hop, R&B, pop type of thing. It was like a fusion, We were known for getting on the stage and just bringing the energy and stuff like that. We actually won in 2008. We actually won New York. We won the New York Hip Hop Underground Awards.
That's awesome.
Right, for a Latin group. And that category they actually had just made for us specifically, right? Because we were going in there, we were killing the shows and SOBs and all that stuff, right? And they just created that because we were kicking ass, but it was predominantly black, right? So they were like, who the fuck are these Spanish guys coming through like that? And they're rocking the crowd. They're moving the crowd. They're making noise, and people are coming to see them. So you know what? Let's just make a category for them. So, we won the Latin Hip Hop Underground Award. A lot of people were there. Remy Martin was there. This was when she was just taking off. Remy Martin, Papoose, Mano was there. I think it was like 2008, 2009. it was a great experience, bro, and that has given me the experience that I needed in order to do what I do now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta have
The
some
stage presence,
You gotta have balls,
the
bro.
confidence.
You gotta have balls for that type of shit, bro. Heart beating like that.
Absolutely.
Thousand people in the fucking
And
crowd.
eventually, it's just
Hey, you need
it
that.
calms down. Eventually,
Yeah,
eventually you
yeah.
get more comfortable with it.
Once you get out there and that first bar comes out there, and it's like, I got it. So the nervousness subsides, and it's nothing. But you need those butterflies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. They'll always be there, but eventually they calm down. You get used to them. You know how to work with them. You know how to use them.
For sure.
I got a question about the growing up. They called you Montana.
Right.
Were you a big fan of Al Pacino before that nickname or after the nickname?
100%. 100%. Absolutely. I saw the movie Scarface, and because of my Cuban background, I just thought that it was something that aligned with me, right? So when I started making music in the hip hop, you know how everybody, Rick Ross has his, they take names from movies and stuff like that, and they give it to themselves. So I had just gave myself the Kid Montana, and from there it turned into Tana.
So your artist name when you made music was the Kid Montana?
When we first came out with the CD with DJ Car Blaze, my rap name was Kid Montana. And then as it went on, I got more mature with it. It became Tana. One day I was at a barbershop and I was getting a haircut, and one of my boys, they call him Lou, Gangster Lou. And he came in and he said, "Yo, Tana, what up?" I said, "Yo, that's perfect." I loved it. You know what I mean? It was short and it was to the point, and everybody knew where it came from. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that had a big influence on me, and it molded the way that I made music or I acted. It molded me. You know what I mean? And it's okay to start your career off like that. I had read a book from Marlon Brando's autobiography where he says that James Dean was kind of copying his style when he first started off, but he also said that that was okay because he was finding his voice and stuff like that. So for me, I found my voice through there. You know what I mean? And I came through with this character and I made it my own. You know what I mean? So
they say impersonation is a form of flattery.
Absolutely.
So you can't really get mad when someone acts the way you act or uses an influence of you.
Right.
You should be flattered.
Right.
And it's genius to take from a genius.
Oh, you have to study the geniuses, bro. Absolutely, 100%. But I had made it my own. It was just like an alter ego and stuff like that. It wasn't something that I was necessarily copying, because at that time I was making music, but it was just the aura, you know what I mean? And me being Cuban, and at that time I had the low haircut and stuff like that, it was just like, yo, this guy looks like Tony Montana. But in actuality, they say I look like Andy Garcia more than Tony Montana. So, but that was my guy, you know what I mean? So I was very influenced by that, you know what I mean? That movie fucked us up. That movie fucked us up in so many ways, because we just wanted to be like Tony Montana, and like, what the fuck, we have no business being like that guy, you know what I'm saying?
No business being like that.
We got no business being like that guy, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely, 100%. Like, what the fuck are we doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody take it easy, calm down, let's fucking read a book or something, go to school, go to class, you know what I mean? But that was just us growing up, you know what I mean? You know?
Absolutely. What are 3 things you need to be happy?
3 things I need to be happy. My mother, right? I'm a big mama's boy, right? So family is a big thing, right? I'm all about family, bro. You know what I'm saying? My art. I 100% need my art in order to be happy. When I'm not working, I feel a certain way. It's like a void, right? And that's the thing with actors, we go through ups and downs. And it's a terrible experience or a terrible situation when an actor's going through that. But, you just have to have patience in this world. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you're not gonna make it in this career. But I've always been an artist. Like I said, when I was a kid, I used to sketch. I made music. I still make music. I act and stuff like that. So I have to constantly be doing something in order to make myself feel good. You know what I mean? And that's everything to me. You know what I mean? And the third thing, to feel happy, friends. And I'm very careful with that word nowadays because I've changed up the way I look at friends nowadays. Because when you're younger, you know, you might be friends with the wrong people, right? And as you get older, you start to realize who's who. But once you have those people that are there for you and you're there for them, there's nothing like it. You know what I mean? So my mother and my family, my brother, my sister, my art and friends.
That's beautiful.
What more you want?
Absolutely.
What more you want,
Family
bro?
is everything.
Listen, man, I'm the type of person that I'm content with my life and I don't need more. You know what I'm saying? I don't need validation. I don't act so that I could be super famous or anything like that. I'm content. All I gotta be doing is working, have my people around me, and I'm good, bro. As long as everybody's good, I'm good too. That's it.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Family is everything, and artistry, tapping into the inner child, and
Absolutely,
acting,
100%.
and
Yes.
whatever your art is like therapy.
Absolutely, 100%. That's what it's all about, bro. You know? But definitely acting and just creating is what makes me happy. It's kind of psychotic, bro.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
People are so caught up with priorities and what they think they need to do that they don't tap into the artistry inside of them.
And I'm going to tell you the truth. If I didn't have that, I would be in trouble. Because I analyze people without passion or without responsibilities. And they could go down the drain quickly, bro. So if you don't have something, some type of passion, whatever it is, but you gotta have something, bro. Because in this life, if you don't have something to look forward to, it's easy to go down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? To just mess it all up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the most exciting thing you ever did?
Oh man, I've done a lot of exciting things, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to pinpoint like what. Well, performing on stages is very exciting, right? And whenever you get those butterflies in your stomach and stuff like that, and you're afraid to go out there, but then you actually do, and you do well, that's the most exciting thing in the world. You know, there's been times where I've done performances on stage and go home and I can't sleep because the adrenaline is still in there. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's the most exciting thing I've ever done. Of course, I've done things with people and friends and girls and stuff like that that are exciting and stuff like that, but I'm not going to compare that to being on stage. That's the most exciting thing that I could possibly tell you. You know what I mean? There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it, bro. Especially theater, bro. When you're out there and people are in the audience and you just lost yourself and the words are coming out there seamless. There's nothing like it, bro. You know what I mean? And I just want to continue to do that as long as I possibly can. And that's the thing about acting. You could do this till you're fucking 90 years old if you want to. You know what I mean? Considering that you got the health and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as long as you're healthy, you could always do your passion.
Absolutely,
you
100%,
tap into that
bro.
inner artist.
Absolutely, 100%, bro.
That's beautiful. As you get older, what has become more important and less important?
Family is the most important thing for me. You know what I mean? Friendships is the most important thing for me. Loyalty, my word, being true to my word. I'm the type of person, if I tell you something, I'm gonna see to it that I do that. You know what I mean? And the least important thing is um, having to be there for certain people that don't deserve it, right? Because those people are still lingering around, right? They're still around. They're like leeches and stuff like that. And I appreciate them because a lot of people I grew up with, but as you get older, you start to realize that some people were just using you. You know what I'm saying? So as you get older, you have to be very uh, critical with your time, right? So I analyze everybody, right? And I'm good with that. You know what I mean? I have that type of intuition and stuff like that. So now I don't try to spend my time with anybody that doesn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? That's very important to me because time is flying. You know what I'm saying? So you have to spend it with the right people. You know what I mean?
The most important thing is your word.
The word 100%, bro.
Is all you have in
The
this
word
world.
word of my balls, bro. The word of my balls. All I have in this world is my word and my balls, and I don't break them for no
break
one.
them for nobody.
And I don't break them for no one. She got a great ass, and you got your head all in it.
My man, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, my man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The word is everything, man.
The word
Because
is
yo,
everything.
we're men, we're getting older, so you got to be about your word, man. You know what I'm saying? So, what kind of man are you gonna be at the end of the day when you put your head down? You know what I mean? There's so many guys out there that they give you a little story, a little song and dance and stuff like that, and it ain't worth shit, bro. Go over there with that. You know what I mean?
Life is too short. Time is too precious.
Absolutely, 100%, bro. You got to be real, bro, in this life. That's important to me. How real can I get? Right? As I get older, how real can I get? How real can I keep it? Right? That's what matters to me, man.
Absolutely. What would be the best piece of advice you'd give your younger self?
Ah, man, it's hard, man, because if you give advice to my younger self, then you're changing the trajectory of everything, right? So, right? So if I was to go back in time and I would tell my younger self, yo, don't do this, don't do that. So where do I end up, right? I had to go through all those trials in order for me to be the person that I am today, right? But if I did have advice to give to that person is watch who you give your energy to. And watch out for girls too, right? Because the lust gets good and everything gets good and you think you're in love and everything is fine and dandy and stuff like that, but at the end of the day they're just sucking you dry, you know what I mean? So you have to make sure that you choose your friends, your girlfriends, and anybody that's around you wisely, bro, because they could be sucking it out of you. And then while they're sucking it out of you, that's time being wasted that you could be doing something else. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and don't get too crazy. Take it easy, take it easy a little bit. You don't got to get so crazy. You know what I mean? Take it easy. Take it down a notch is what I'll tell him. But honestly, everything that I've been through has made me the person that I am today. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just be like, yo, watch who you hang with, man. Because I was always I had an apartment at a young age, right? So I've always lived by myself. So people, oh, let's go to Tana's house. But it's like bring a fucking pack of a 6-pack. Bring a fucking bottle. What are you doing? You just here to fucking rape my life and stuff like that. And I appreciate everybody, along the way and stuff like that. But when you got certain things that other people don't have, then you're going to be a target, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and not that I had everything. I'm just saying, just by having a little apartment and stuff in New York City, bro, that could be dangerous, bro, you know, because people come over and stuff like that, and it's all about the apartment, and yo, how long could I chill here? It's just, yo, you gotta be careful who you chill with, bro, you know? Have a good team around you, you know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to realize that, but now I have a good team around me, right? Everybody aligns with the purpose. We got one goal, right? And also, one thing that I would tell my younger self is that, you know, choose friends that align with your purpose. Because if you're headed one way, right? If you're headed one way, you want to be an actor, you want to be a musician, but most of your friends are not actors and not musicians, then what the fuck are you doing? It's taking away time from what you really want to do. You know what I'm saying? So again, you just have to choose your friends wisely. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if I went back in time, you know, and changed things, who would I be today? You know what I'm saying?
That was beautifully said, because that's exactly it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to drop these gems right now if you
Right.
didn't go through it.
Right. Right.
You
Right.
wouldn't be able to choose wiser decisions if you didn't go through it.
Right. Right. Right.
So I asked that because whoever's watching, if they don't know this wisdom, now they got it.
Right. Absolutely. 100%.
But you're absolutely right.
Because sometimes you go throughout life and you don't realize that thing because people are eating your head, and you're just living in la la land, especially when you're young and stuff like that. So, you know, you don't actually, you know, realize that until something bad happens. And when bad things happen, that's when you start realizing, oh, maybe I shouldn't have befriended this person. Oh, you know what? This person right here, all they care about is this. You know what I'm saying? So it's important in order to be successful to have the right people around you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
100%, man.
Do you have any regrets?
No, I don't have any regrets because again, I wouldn't be the person that I was today. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of person that regrets many things. I might regret like embarrassing moments and stuff like that. You know, when you have like an embarrassing moment or something like that. Like one day I was in a Foot Locker and I was exiting and the door was so fucking clean that I just smashed into the fucking door. You know what I mean? And everybody was looking at me and shit like that. It was fucking odd, you know what I mean? And it was
Absolutely.
embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? So those, you know, when you're lying in bed and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that, you know what I'm saying? But as for like decisions and things like that, no, I don't regret much. Because again, it's the person that it made me who I am, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What are your life goals?
My life goals. That's good. That's a good one. Well, to continue to further my acting career and make the best out of it, right? I don't particularly have a goal when it comes to acting because I'm the type of person that I just continue to work every single day, right? And I follow the path, right? And wherever that path takes me is where I'm supposed to be, right? So I see myself in big shows and being a regular on TV. That's probably the my biggest goal and stuff like that, to be a regular, reoccurring, right? Kind of like Ice-T on Law and Order. He's been on there for like 20 years or some shit like that, right? So,
Long time.
yeah, long time. Well, I'm just using that as an example or something like that. That would be my end game. That would be my goal and stuff like that. But what is a goal really? Because once you reach that goal, you get another goal. Because everything is just an obsession, right? One obsession to the other, right? So once you reach another goal, the goal is to reach the other goal. So it never stops. So I try not to focus too much on the particular goals. As long as I'm doing the work every single day, then I'm headed to the goal, right? Because a lot of people have goals, but they're not doing anything with it, right? And if you want to be successful in acting and music or whatever it is that you're doing, right, you have to do something every single day for it, right? What did I do today? Even if it's submitting for some jobs, maybe an audition, maybe you went to a class, maybe you went to theater, maybe you saw a movie, but you did something for that goal, right? So you just got to follow it, bro. Just Follow that path. You know what I'm saying?
You're 100% right.
Right. We can't get stuck. We can't get caught up in trying to please the mind of where you think you should end up. I'm big when it comes to just do the work, bro. Just fucking do the work, bro. And you're gonna end up wherever the fuck you're supposed to. Because everybody ends up where they're supposed to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely.
That's what it is, man.
These next 10 questions originally came from a French series, Bouillon de Culture, hosted by Bernard Pivot.
Ooh, oui. Bring it on. Let's go.
Let's do it. What is your favorite word?
My favorite word? Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, motherfucker. You motherfucker. I'll fucking crack you over the fucking head, you son of a bitch. You fucking... Yeah.
Willie's in the background saying there's 3 words, but it's really 4.
Well, you know what it is? I was thinking it got to be a curse word and stuff like that. I was thinking fuck, but you know, how many people have come on this podcast and said fuck before? You know what I'm saying? And I could say pussy, but I don't know. Pussy sometimes is like a little vulgar and shit like that. You know what I mean? So whatever. Son of a bitch.
I like it. What is your least favorite word?
My least favorite word. Oh, shit. I've never been asked something like that. Excuse me. I'm going to tell you why. For many years, when I need to get by somebody, I say pardon me. Excuse me is a word that could be taken, you could take it bad or you could take it good. Because people could say, excuse me, or people could say, excuse me. But I took that word out of the vocabulary, out of my vocabulary, because honestly, I think it's a word that could be misconstrued. Right? Like I said, you ever had somebody tell you, excuse me? It's a word that could be, used in 2 different,
The difference is the tone.
the tone.
But they can say, pardon me.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
You're right.
You
the
could
word
try. Pardon is
Ray's right if you use the word pardon.
Correct. So I have put it in my brain, in my vocabulary, that I tell people pardon me instead of excuse me. So when people tell me excuse me, sometimes it comes off wrong. But that was good. It took me a moment to think about that one. But excuse me is definitely the word that I have taken out of my vocabulary that I hate. I can't stand it.
I get it. 100% I get it. What turns you on?
Mascara. The dripping type. In the morning, like the mascara just dripping, and it's like you look like all gothic and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's like I fucking love that shit. Yeah, mascara. Some people come on here, oh, ass and titties. Yeah, be more original, man. Mascara is my thing. Dripping mascara. Let's not get it twisted. The type that comes down because it's just like sort of like a gothic, sad. Just I had a crazy night.
Morning after.
You wake up with somebody and their fucking mascara's all fucked up and shit like that. That's what I like. That's my shit. That's what turns me on. Mascara.
What turns you off?
Bad breath, bro. Bad breath and like body odor. Some people eat garlic and it just comes out of their fucking pores and shit like that. You know what I mean? But also what turns me off, though, is people that drop names or try to make themselves bigger than they are, or they just talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? About themselves. You know what I mean? I have a problem about talking about myself right now. You know what I mean? But people that constantly make it about themselves, that's a big problem, man, because that's internal. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're looking for validation.
They're looking for validation. You know that there's something wrong there, because if you're actually doing your thing, there's no need to, you know. And when you're amongst other people and you're just talking about yourself, or you're talking about things like money and things like that, who gives a fuck, man, what you're doing? You know what I mean? We're trying to have a cohesive conversation over here. You know what I mean? Like,
They
it's not.
say what you think about, what you talk about is what you love. So if all you talk about is money, that's all you care about. If all you talk about is yourself, that's all you care about.
Right. And it's fucking annoying it's annoying as hell, dude. You know, no one should be talking about themselves that much. You know what I mean? It's just whack, bro. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
What sound or noise do you love?
You know, when I think about sounds and noises and stuff like that, right? I think about what sound would I miss the most if it was no longer here. And that's my mother's voice. Right? You know, what could I tell you? I could tell you a bird. I could tell you a dog and stuff like that. But, you know, when it really comes down to it, you know, what are you going to miss the most? You know, I talk to my mom in the morning every day at 8 o'clock in the morning when she's getting ready for work and stuff like that. Right? So it's a habit that I've had for many years. And the day that I'm not able to do that, then guess what? That's the sound that I'm going to miss. You know what I'm saying? So everything is people to me. You know what I mean? It's just people, you know? Who you going to miss when they're not here anymore? And that's why you got to be a good person, and you got to, you know, be somebody in this world. So when you're gone, they miss you. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Time is the most important thing, and everybody has a different clock.
Right. And the sound of a voice is you know, is what you're referring to, right? I mean, it could be a sound of a voice, right? So yeah, my mother's voice, people that I love and stuff like that, you know.
It's one of the sounds you heard your entire life.
Absolutely, and that's why people sometimes when people pass away, they save their voicemails and things like that, so they could go back and hear their voice and things like that. So yeah.
What sound or noise do you hate?
What sound? You know, when they're drilling outside in New York City and shit like that, and you're trying to go to sleep, and it's like, you know what I mean? I know that they're trying to improve outside and stuff like that, but you know, that fucking noise gets me crazy and stuff like that. You know, so that drilling and stuff like that.
What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck all the way, you know. I know it's I know everybody comes on here and says fuck and stuff like that, but fuck, I say it too much actually. I gotta try to tone it down. I gotta tone it down, to be honest with you, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but fuck you. Hey, fuck you, motherfucker. Go fuck yourself. There's so many ways that you could do it. Use it, right?
100%.
Yeah, so many ways.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Mm. You know, when I was young, I wanted to be like a forensic scientist and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That intrigued me. But it could be the shows that we were watching at the time, because they were making it look so cool and stuff like that. You know, they would solve a whole case within a half an hour and shit like that. You know, I know it's not like that, but that I don't know, man. Maybe a sports agent or something like that. You know, where I could fucking use curse words all the time, like "fuck you, motherfucker." I want fucking $80 million on the fucking table before fucking nightfall. You son of a bitch, and if you don't, my fucking guy is walking. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun job.
Jerry Maguire type of shit.
Yeah,
Show me the money.
What profession would you not like to do?
Sanitation, bro, because they gotta pick up the garbage, and the rats are like this fucking big, right? So it's like you gotta grab the garbage, and and they'd be inside the garbage and stuff like that. So it's like, oh shit, I hate rats, dude. You know, they make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You know, they make a ton of fucking money. I hate rats and fucking pigeons, dude. Let me tell you something. Well, when I was younger, I used to fucking. I don't hate pigeons as rats, but I do believe that they're fucking dirty, and when they fucking fly over you and they fucking, it's just it's like a rat with wings and stuff like that. So the other day, a friend of mine had passed away. Sean Black, rest in peace. I love you, brother. I went to the funeral. I spoke at his funeral, right? That was Friday. Sunday, I'm chilling in my house and I hear. So I'm thinking it's the wind sometimes hits my front door, and it makes a sound. So I'm thinking, oh, that's the wind because I have big hallways. So the wind hits the window and it just goes around it. Boom, it hits the front of my door, right? So I'm like, no, that's fuck it. That's the wind. And I even came out my room. I said, hey, nothing. I said, all right. So Willie Bax was coming to my house to do a self tape, because we come together and we fucking do auditions. We help ourselves out. The minute he comes in, we realize that there's a fucking pigeon in my house, dude. I fucking freak out, bro. I fucking lost it. There's video of me fucking, yo, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And again, I chickened out. Willie was the one that got the pigeon out.
My man
Willie and Jennifer. And I was like, grab a broom. He was like, no, we can't beat the pigeon. I'm like, no.
beat the pigeon.
I'm like, no, we're not gonna beat the pigeon. You're gonna guide the pigeon out with the broom. Guide the pigeon out with the broom, right?
Guide the pigeon out with the broom. Guide the pigeon out with the broom.
Guide the pigeon out with the broom. So at that moment, I was just gonna leave my house. Like, that's it. Whoever wants to live here, just live here. I don't fucking give a fuck. And they got the pigeon out. But the whole thing, the whole moral of the story is that pigeon, first of all, I've never had a pigeon in my house. And I've lived in that apartment for 10 years, right? So 2 days after I speak at somebody's funeral, a pigeon pops up in my house. So I looked it up on the internet. I was speaking to somebody that was like, you know what that is, right? That's your boy that popped up in the crib. So then I looked it up, and on Google it said that when a pigeon, for many cultures believe that when pigeons come inside your house or whatever it is, that it signifies change is coming, right? And I've been feeling that for a while because I'm evolving, just like all of us are evolving and stuff like that. We're getting better. But this was just, verification that something was happening, something was coming. And I felt that was Sean telling me, like, yo, it's all right. Live your life. Things are going to change. Things are going to get better. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So now I look at pigeons like, oh, that might be Sean or something like that. You know what I mean? Ever since that incident happened in my house, I look at pigeons, I'm like, okay, fine. I can't hate you. You know what I mean?
You never know.
And I don't hate fucking pigeons. It's not that. It's just that they fucking, get away, you know what I'm saying? And rats and pigeons and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah, New York City pigeons are different.
I'd rather fuck with a pigeon.
They don't move when you walk towards them.
I'd rather fuck with a pigeon any day than a rat, bro. Fucking rats freak me out, bro.
Yeah, pigeons are known as the New York City flying rats. But
motherfucker was in my crib like that, chilling, bro. Big fat pigeon. Willie was like, oh, that's just a little pigeon. I'm like, yo, that's a fucking gang affiliate, fucking New York City, Bloods Crip, fucking pigeon in my fucking house. Are you fucking kidding me? That ain't no fucking little fucking pigeon. That's a fat fucking pigeon, dude. We gotta get that shit out of my fucking apartment like ASAP, dude. Like right now, dude.
But you know how they fly pigeons? Pigeons are wise,
Yeah, well, he was in my fucking apartment trying to tell me something. You know what I'm saying?
That really goes to show that it might be something deeper.
It's just fucking weird, man. 10 years I've been living in that apartment. I've never had a situation like that. And then my boy passes away, and then a fucking pigeon is in my house. And he was there for hours, dude. Hours, bro. I was watching a movie. He was just fucking there, bro. And I may have gone to the bathroom and everything because he was above the bathroom. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. But in life, whether you believe in that shit or not, you got to use it. It's a message. Whether you want to believe it, just fucking use it, bro. You know what I mean? That's
Everything
what it
happens for a
is.
reason.
Absolutely, 100%, bro. That's what life is, man.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You did it right. You tried your best, and you were a hard worker. You were relentless. You know, and those are the traits and the qualities that I try to keep as an artist and stuff like that. You just never take no for an answer. I'm always pushing the envelope. You know, I take rejection, it just bounces off of me and stuff like that. You know, it's a funny game, you know, because you could get rejected and you could be like, oh, I'm not good enough, and then you just quit, right? But it's guys like me, tough guys, that continue to go on, right? And nobody here on earth, very minimal people are going to give you the validation. They're going to tell you, yo, you're doing a good job. Not many people are going to do that. You know what I mean? Maybe people that you meet along the way, but people that you grew up with or stuff like that, you're not going to get that, right? So if he were to tell me something, I'm proud of you. You did well. And you created things. And you inspired people. Because that's what it's all about. It's about inspiring people, bro. You know what I mean? And people tell me all the time, yo, you're an inspiration and stuff like that. And that keeps me going. You know what I mean? So yeah, yo, I'm proud of you. You did your thing. You know? That film, I like that. I like what you did there. You know what I mean? That's it.
That's beautiful.
That's it, bro. That's it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
This is the part of the interview where the floor is yours. You want to tell the people what you have going on, where to find you, any advice you'd like to give to the people, and what's next for you.
Okay. Let's start off with what I'm doing or what I've done. In the past year, I have filmed 4 movies. Right? One is called Overthought. Okay. The other one is called we got Overthought. We got damn, why is my head all messed up? This is Overthought. We got Game Clock, right? We got Exhibition for the Lost, and we got White Picket Fence, right? All great movies, indie films that I've done, that I expect are going to do very well. They're gonna hit the film festival circuit first, and then they're gonna go on streaming services, right? Each role is different, right? But each role was challenging and significant to me, right? Because I'm not trying to take a role that doesn't challenge me, right? So those will be coming out in the next couple of months. If you want to follow me on Instagram, is where I basically put out all that information. It's follow me Tana, right? Follow me me Tana, Tana. And like I was saying, right, whatever it is that you plan on doing, make sure that you apply something to it every single day, right? Because with that method, you'll get somewhere. What did I do for my acting career today? Right? And another piece of advice that I would say is read. Read like crazy. I got a big ass library in my house. All I do is fucking read. Because whatever it is that you're doing or you want to do, it's all in a book. You could be self-taught. But the problem is that people don't want to read. I've had people come up to me and be like, yo, Tana, I want to do what you're doing. I said, okay, read this book and come back to me. Holler at me. Tell me how you feel. Because first and foremost, before I start putting you on to everything, I got to know whether or not you're equipped to read this book and further your education so that you can get to the place that you're going. Right? Because nowadays, people give advice on acting and stuff like that, and they're very vague, right? They're like, oh, just be yourself. But what the fuck does that mean? We're acting, right? What the fuck does that mean, right? Just be yourself. Okay, I understand it, right? But a person that doesn't know shit about acting that wants to get into it, you think they understand that? Probably not, right? So my advice to them would be is to acquire knowledge. Read, bro. Read. I read autobiographies. I read self-help books. I read acting books. I just read all type of books. You know what I mean? I'm not too much into the fiction and the science fiction because I just want the realism and everything. But just read, dude, because it's all there, bro. It's all there, bro. So just continue to read. And practice your craft every single day, or just do something to that. For me, it's all automatic and stuff like that, because I told you I used to do music and stuff like that, so I was very much into the promotion and stuff like that. So for me, I'm already programmed, right? It's hard to explain. It's just like an ongoing train, right? And it's just do. This is what you got to do. There's so many people that are trying to figure it out, but the answers are right there, dude. You just got to seek it. They got videos on YouTube. They got books, how to do the books. There's so much information out there. All you got to do is just fucking look for it. You know what I mean? So study, man. Study. Because there's so many answers out there, right? And again, like I was telling you earlier, try to have the right people around you. Right? Fill yourself with people that love you, bro. Because there's a lot of people that, they'll give you side comments and stuff like that. People are funny, because they're dying to tell you who they really are. All you got to do is really be quiet. You know what I'm saying? If you be quiet and you listen to people, they're going to tell you how they feel about you. So observe and be aware, because whatever it is that you're doing, you have to make sure that everyone and everything around you aligns with your purpose. And then you'll be successful, because there's no way that you're not going to be successful. There's something going to come out of it. You're going to be, don't become a millionaire for the money. Become a millionaire for the person that you're going to become while becoming a millionaire. So by acting, no matter where it is, the destination that I'm headed, I know the journey is going to make me the man that I'm supposed to be. Right? You communicate with people, you meet people down the road, you learn how to deal with people, and it just the journey turns you into the person that you're supposed to be. It makes you a better person. So just don't worry about the destination and just, enjoy the journey, bro.
You're 100% right.
Right? Because it's going to turn you into a magnificent person, bro. And if you start reading and, getting into that journey and stuff like that and meeting people and saying yes to things, say yes to things, Don't let people fuck you, but for most things, say yes, I'll do that. Fuck it. You know what? I'm not going to get paid a bunch of money, but you know what? I might get something out of this. I might learn something. And never stop learning, bro. Never stop learning. You could be 80 years old, bro. There's something to learn every single day. And the beautiful thing about this, about acting, is that it's just constant learning, right? And it just gives you the opportunity to be this great person with everything that you learn. You know what I'm saying?
I think acting is endless.
Yeah.
Because when you're acting as a person.
Correct.
There's over 8 billion people on this planet.
Right.
It's endless. You will never learn how to perfectly act.
Correct.
It's kind of like meditation. You can
Right.
never 100% meditate. You practice meditation. You
Right.
can't be the best actor because there's 8 billion people on Earth. How can you act like every type of scenario?
Right.
And there's 8 billion people on Earth in different scenarios.
Yeah.
You put 8 billion people on Earth in this one scenario, they're all going to react differently. You can never be the perfect actor, so you're constantly practicing.
It's kind of like certain art forms of karate and all those fighting techniques from Asia and stuff like that. There's certain ones that you can never master.
You have to adapt to your opponent.
Right. Because there is no master in that. You're just always a student. You know what I mean? But you got to keep learning, bro. You got to keep learning every single day. How can I learn? What's next? But keep reading. That's my biggest thing. That's my outlet.
That was the last question I wanted to ask you. You mentioned a lot of books that you read. And you also mentioned how you can't tell somebody one thing without them knowing the other stuff. So if you were to give advice on the one book to really set somebody off into whatever it is, self-help or whatever the case, maybe a good biography or whatever memoir, what is the number one book you would give somebody starting off into the journey?
Get Rich, Napoleon Hill, right? Because the title is very tricky, right? Because people think that it's about money, but it's about getting rich in life. You know what I mean? Different aspects of life and stuff like that. 48 Laws of Power.
Right. I read the book. That's why I knew. It's called Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich. I'm
I
sorry.
read that book. Amazing book. I just wanted to correct just so they know the exact book to look up.
Right, absolutely.
I've read this book and I agree. Amazing book.
Right.
Amazing book.
It's an amazing book, and he's part of that whole secret thing, but also The Power of the Subconscious Mind,
I read
right?
that one too.
By
Amazing.
Dr. Joseph Murray.
Amazing.
All right. And it teaches you the mechanics of your mind and how deep you could take it. And by using it, where you could go to. The possibilities are endless. And it sounds, cliche and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is that if you read the text, like there's this one thing, like when I remember from that book, when you lose something, or you're trying to remember something, or maybe you lost your keys or something like that, right? And you go to sleep, and there's this thing that I learned from that book, a saying that you tell yourself while you're going to sleep, because while you're sleeping, the brain is recovering, and when you wake up, chances are you got a fresh brain, you're going to remember things, right? So before you go to sleep, you say, the power of the subconscious mind knows the answers. Wait, hold on. It's the infinite power of my subconscious mind knows the answers. So you tell yourself like that. The infinite power of my subconscious mind knows the answers. So you're telling yourself and you're telling your brain while you rest to figure it out. Now it sounds crazy. People might be like, yo, this motherfucker's crazy. What is he talking about? But the brain, think about it. Right now I want to lift this hand up. Want to jiggle it up. That's the brain telling my hand to do that. You know what I'm saying? So if you think it's funny what I'm telling you, no, it's really not. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. We can really do anything if we want to, if we understand it, right? So
what you're saying is 100% correct. Like I said, I read that book also. For the people that will pick this book up, you will understand. For the people that are confused right now, your subconscious mind is everything you've ever ingested.
Right.
You ever ate, you ever listened to, you ever saw. Everything you ever read, everything you ever been told. It's stored in your subconscious mind.
Right.
Your conscious mind, it's what's operating now. Your subconscious mind has everything you ever ingested.
So the conscious mind you could choose to let in or block.
And they say...
So if somebody tells me some hate and shit right now, I could choose to reject that from my conscious mind before it gets to the subconscious mind.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And what you were saying about doing it as you're falling asleep, they say since you're falling asleep, you're in between consciousness and subconsciousness.
Right.
So you can really train your subconscious at that moment.
Correct.
So they say when you're about to fall asleep, tell yourself something good.
Absolutely. And then it goes into your dreams and stuff like that, and you're resting and your mind is working and stuff like that. You ever woke up like, oh shit, I know where it's at. You know what I mean? That's what it is. 48 Laws of Power is another book when you want to know how to deal with people, right?
Amazing book.
Right, when you want to learn how to deal with people. And if you're going to be a successful person, then you should probably read that, because you're going to want to learn
how to deal with people.
How to deal with people.
That's the perfect way to put that book.
How to deal with people.
That is what it's going to help you with.
The other book that he had, which was The Human Nature. The other book, I'm bad with titles sometimes. I read all the books, I swear to God, on my mother. Something Human Nature, where he breaks down psychology in people. Like if I'm telling you some good news right now, right? There's like a millisecond, right, that I could see whether you're happy or fucking angry about me, right? Sometimes it's in the lip. The lip might quiver or something like that, right? Or there might be like a little thing in the eye or something like that, right? But like I said, people will always tell you and stuff like that. And if you're aware of that type of stuff, then you can see it. You know what I mean? It's a gift and a curse, to tell you the truth, because then you start thinking, everybody's full of shit and stuff like that. But it's better to be equipped. You know what I mean?
That's exactly it. It's better to be equipped, because majority of people are bullshitting.
Correct, right.
In the same way you were saying earlier, where you regret the people that you wasted time on and all that bullshit.
Right.
It's like you learn more now the people that you need to wean out of your life. Once you learn this stuff, it's easier to wean out the people that aren't on the same path as you.
That's why it's important to have people that are aligned with you, because at least, you know what, I'll help you, you help me, we're doing the same thing, and it will prosper. You know what I mean?
And that book is The Laws of Human Nature.
Correct.
By Robert Greene.
And then another book that he made was The Art of Seduction, which teaches you how to seduce people, not only for sex and stuff like that, but for business as well. You know what I mean? And that's good. It teaches, it's some deep shit, man. It teaches you how certain people in high places would alter their voices, like Michael Jackson, for instance, right? Or Marilyn Monroe, for instance, right? Where she did that Marilyn Monroe type of voice, right? And it's all a seductive trick. But they didn't really talk like that. You know what I'm saying? That was just to lure you in, right? They say it all the time on the internet that Michael Jackson didn't speak like that. That there was times that he'd be like, yo, what up, nigga? You know what I'm saying?
I bet.
Yeah, bro. So those books. And then when it comes to acting, one of my favorite books when it comes to acting is Sandy Meisner. He only has one book. I don't recall the title, but just look it up. That's the type of book that I always give to people when they ask me about acting. Also, Michael Caine. Michael Caine is an extraordinary teacher, bro. I don't know if it's because of his age and his experience, but I learned a lot from reading from Michael Caine. Extraordinary teacher, bro. You know? And I mean, I could go on.
I asked for one book.
Yeah.
If you're still watching, gems right here.
Yeah.
I promise you, these books will change your life if you haven't started this journey yet.
And they're fun, bro. If you're into smoking weed, you smoke a little bit of weed. You know what I mean? And you just read a book and shit like that, you know?
Expand your mind.
I hardly watch TV anymore. Like, I watch a lot of documentaries and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But it's just like the content that they're making on TV and stuff like that. It isn't, it's not my cup of tea. I search for the good stuff. I want the substance, you know what I mean? I want something that I could learn from, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, bro. And I like real shit, bro. And if I'm reading an autobiography, I want it to be real, bro. Give me the shit that you went through. Give me the problems that you went through. Don't sugarcoat it, bro. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, bro. I'm having a little issue like that of my own because I'm writing my own stuff. But it's like certain things. It's like, do you want to say that? But eventually in life, you get to the point that you don't give a fuck, bro. Who cares, bro?
Artistry is artistry.
This is what it is.
Being yourself is being yourself.
Absolutely,
Nothing else
100%,
matters.
bro. You know?
With that being said, this is the end of the episode. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for having
Tana.
me. I really appreciate it, man.
My pleasure.
Such a good time, man.
It was a great time.
It was like therapy, bro.
Bro,
I loved
it is.
it. I loved it. I loved it.
Conversation is
I haven't spoken
beautiful.
about myself in a
Conversation is
little while, you know?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I talk about myself.
My man.
Nah, man.
Peace and love.
Peace and love, man.